Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of Over Easy. My name is Manny, in case you are new here. I just realized I did not flip my Animal Crossing calendar behind me, so I'm going to do that real quick. Oh my gosh. I love the little fall background on the calendar. It is absolutely perfect for today's episode because I am so excited for fall. And I was thinking about it this morning. I'm like, why am I so excited? Like, I'm a very summer girly. Love the heat. I hate the rain. That's my one complaint of living in Vancouver my entire life is I hate how much it rains here because pretty much starting when it rains later this month in September, it's not going to stop for probably the next 8 months, which makes me a little bit sad. But as of right now, I am really, really excited for it. So I'm going to keep this positive vibe going. But anyways, today I am going to do the ultimate monthly wrap-up episode because we just ended August and I love to do monthly reflections every time it's a new month. It's now September. This is my first September in pretty much my whole life that I'm not going back to school, which is a little bit crazy. I don't know how to feel. I've been keeping busy with work and everything, so it's not like I'm not doing anything, but it is a little bit monumental, even though I feel like I won't feel very different. I feel like I'm just living my life now. So it's a little bit crazy. But yeah, this September is going to be my first September ever not going back to school. I don't know what to think about that. Anyways, we're going to start with a rose, bud, and thorn as I usually do for all of my episodes. My rose is last night, I had dinner with a couple friends and it was really nice because that was my first time seeing them since I started working full time, which is crazy because I think it's been close to 3 weeks now. I really want to get better at kind of like that work-life balance and still be able to see my friends and stuff even though I'm working so much. It just sucks that like with my work schedule, I pretty much end work at 7:30 every night and I go to work at 8:30 every morning. I get a break in the middle of the day, so it's not like I'm working for 11 hours straight, but I haven't been able to see my friends because obviously my schedule is packed so tight, and just with how busy work has been the last couple weeks, I've just been so exhausted every time I come home and on the weekend. So even if I wanted to see my friends, I just can't because it's just so busy. But yeah, so my rose is that I got to see my friends last night. We went to Captain's Boil, which is basically kind of like a seafood restaurant, and if you've ever been to the Crab Pot in Seattle, which is really famous, it's kind of like that where they kind of just put the seafood on the table and you just get to eat with your hands. So delicious. I love that we went with like 5 people because then you get to have more food. Obviously, when my boyfriend and I go, we can only have like 3 dishes and then we're stuffed. But because we had so many people, we got to order, I think 5 or 6 or 7 dishes even. So it was really nice to be able to eat a variety of things. So that was really fun. I really enjoyed eating it. And yeah, my other rose is that it is raining today for the first time, and I'm so excited. You know, usually I hate the rain, but I'm so excited because I finally get to put on my fall outfits. It's the Birkenstocks vibes back again in the fall. I bought Birkenstocks last year, and they were my go-to shoe after I bought them. Like, I literally wore them every single time it was raining, and it was perfect. So I'm really excited to put them back on again because I have not worn them in pretty much a year now. But yeah, I have my fall outfit laid out behind me on my bed, or behind the camera. And I'm very excited to put that on to go and run my errands later. I know it's so simple, but it's just so exciting. My bud is, I'm kind of in it right now, but I'm looking forward to the long weekend. I don't have to work tomorrow because tomorrow is Labor Day. You're listening to this tomorrow. So I get the day off tomorrow. Very excited for that. And I just really like to enjoy days off. It's kind of going to go into my thorn, but I really need an extra day off from this week, and it's really nice that Monday there's no work because I am exhausted. So my bud goes into my thorn. My thorn is that this week was honestly probably one of the longest weeks I've ever had in my entire life, and not just long, but it was stressful and busy. So it was not fun. I felt very anxious at work this week because there were times where it was so, the thing with my warehouse job, my warehouse office job that I've learned, I think I talked about this last week, is that there are times where it is so busy, and then there are times where it's absolutely so chill and I have nothing to do. And that's just the way it is. So there were a lot of moments where it was really busy this week, and it was not fun for my anxiety. I was very anxious and not having a good time. So yeah, another thing is I got my period at work, and then my cramps were really bad. And sometimes when my cramps are really bad, it makes me feel lightheaded. So I felt like I was going to pass out. I thought I had to go home early from work. Luckily, someone had a Tylenol, so I took it and I was fine for the rest of the afternoon. But it was not a good time on Friday, my first day of my period. Yeah, that was not great. I'm thinking I need to have a little office bag that has, necessities. Basically just like my school backpack. When I had my school backpack, I had a lot of in case items, for example, Tylenol, pads, everything in the world, because I'm like a worrywart. So I think I need to get an office bag that I have consistently and use that and bring that to the office so that I have my items. Yeah, I've been thinking about that this weekend, but I did not put any action towards it. So yeah. So because of this terrible week, I am looking forward to the day off tomorrow and also the short week next week. But honestly, now that I think about it, this short week is probably going to be extra busy because, a day off just means everything gets pushed behind. So yeah, that's my rosebud and thorn for this week. I am honestly doing a lot better. Earlier this week, I was not doing well, but now I'm doing a lot better. And on the weekends, usually I'm very chill and happy. So we're going to get into the monthly wrap-up part of this episode. First, I really want to do an August review, just kind of talk about what my month was like, what I've been up to, and just reflect on how I felt about this month. August was definitely a big month of change. So I came back from Austin in late July, and I pretty much knew after I came back from Austin that I was going to be working a ton. And I have been in the month of August. So I didn't start my full-time job until the third week of August. So I didn't start working full-time until the last 2 weeks of August. But before that, the first 2 weeks, is that right? Yeah, it is. The first 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I was covering my boyfriend because my boyfriend was taking time off from his work, and I had to cover him. So I was basically working full time those 2 weeks before I started my full time work. So it's been a lot of working. When I look at my monthly budget and I see my income section, I really like that. But it was definitely really tough on me because it was just like such a cold turkey change, I feel, because I was thinking about it, and pretty much for the last 4 years, maybe 3 years, I've lived a very relaxing lifestyle. I was in university for the last 3 years, and I don't know how other people get so busy, but for me, my university schedule was so nice because I still could go to the gym. I barely had classes. I had like 2 to 3 hours of classes per day, if that. Sometimes I had less, and then I had time to chill. I had time to just be by myself. Like I had a lot of free time in university. And then basically overnight, once I came back from Austin, I kind of just took that all away and started working full time. And because of that, I have less time to go to the gym, or I just have less time to relax. There's a lot of before in the beginning of the summer when I wasn't working full time, there's a lot of hours where I would just watch YouTube and just not do anything the whole day, and then basically just go to my afternoon job. And that was really nice. And obviously to go from that to working so much, working 5 days a week, working, how many hours do I work? I think I work like 43 hours a week now. So just a bit over 40 hours. To go from one lifestyle to the other cold turkey like that was a lot of change and definitely really hard for me. I think I'm still getting used to it, but it's getting better. Also, it helps that now I kind of know what I'm doing at my new job, and so I feel a lot less anxious about it. So yeah, August was definitely a big month of change. But before I started working full time, I did spend a lot of time with my friends and just catching up with them before we all kind of enter this new stage. Everyone that I pretty much know has been either job hunting or just getting ready for their full-time job. So a lot of people now have left and are working full time, just like me, which is crazy because everyone's doing something so different, but yet we're all kind of in this same life stage together, which is really nice. But it's kind of sad that obviously a lot of us are a lot less flexible with being able to see each other, and I'm just not going to be able to see my friends as much anymore, which kind of makes me sad. Just going from one end of the spectrum to the other is a big change, I would feel. Yeah, so I did have a lot of friends that left near the end of August, and I probably won't see them until Christmas, which I mean is pretty much the same as my university schedule, but it just still sucks, you know? And with adulting, it's like not guaranteed that they'll come back during Christmas. Like when you're a student, yeah, you're going to come back, but as an adult, it's not always guaranteed. Like some people will stay where they are. A lot of my friends are in New York, so I'm actually maybe planning a trip to head out there at the end of November for American Thanksgiving. We'll see how that pans out. I just think it'll be so fun. I still want to travel. My work plans right now are quite temporary, so it's not like I'm going to be working these jobs forever. I still want to go back to school. There's still a lot of things on my mind, and I'm kind of just hustling right now, and I don't know. Anyways, that's that on that. August, in a nutshell, was a lot of change, and I'm getting through it, and it is okay. I also actually did a lot of fun stuff in August. I went camping, which I talked about last week. It was super fun. I really wish I could go more often, and I should have gone more often in the summer this year, but it just, with all my traveling and stuff, didn't work out. But I mean, there's still September before it starts raining heavily, so we'll see about it. So that's kind of my August review. It was a good month, but I'm just kind of transitioning into this new chapter of my life where I'm working a ton, and it's not something I'm used to. It's something that I'm challenged by, but I know that it's going to be something that helps me grow. Obviously, we're never going to grow in our comfort zones. We always have to push ourselves a little bit every single day so that we become bigger and better people. Yeah. Okay. One thing that I thought would be super fun is to share my favorite products from August, feeling like a 1999. No, like a 2012 YouTube era. I have been really enjoying putting on makeup this month, and it has been super fun. One thing I noticed while I was doing my August budget is I definitely spent way too much money at Sephora in August, so I need to cut back on that. But because of that extra money spent there, I have a lot of products that I really like. So I'm going to share my favorite products of this month. First of all, this has been a staple product that I have loved for a couple months now. I've been using this product for a while, maybe even a year. This is the Supergoop Play Everyday Lotion. I think I've talked about this before, but I really do like this sunscreen. It is so lightweight and liquidy. And I remember I tried a Supergoop, another one where it was like the primer sunscreen, and I really hated that because it smelled bad and it was just, the texture was so weird. But I like this because it is so lightweight. It goes perfect under makeup. I put this on every single morning after I do my morning routine, and it's just been really nice, and I really like this sunscreen. So definitely recommend this big bottle that is 162 milliliters. I think is $43 at Sephora, but it lasts you a really, really long time. I think I've had this for maybe since the beginning of the year. I don't know. And it's September now. So I just bought another big bottle, which I will use once this runs out because it's pretty much empty. My next favorite product that I have been loving, I don't think I've talked about this, but this is something new that I added in my skincare routine in July. So it's been a while. But this is the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant with salicylic acid. I feel like this is super popular on TikTok, so I decided to give it a try. The only sucky thing is that as a Canadian, you have to buy it off the American site and you have to pay for shipping. So it kind of adds up. I definitely don't think I'm going to repurchase this because of how expensive it is. If it ever makes it to Canada, then I will. But it was just really expensive with the conversions and all that. But basically, it's a liquid exfoliant, as I said, and it's been really nice. I have noticed that my skin has actually been a lot smoother with this product, and It is really good. So definitely worth the hype on TikTok, and I really, really enjoy this one. Next up is also influenced by TikTok. This is the Ordinary Multi-Peptide Lash and Brow Serum. So I put this on my lash line every single night and morning if I remember, and I actually have noticed my lashes have lengthened, which is crazy. I always thought it was like a placebo, but it's not. It actually works. I don't put this on my brows because I feel like my brows are bushy enough. But I really do like this. I think it was like $15. So Ordinary is always pretty cheap and it's a good product. I recommend this. Even if one thing I've noticed is sometimes I don't want to put on makeup, and it can be a lot because it's so early in the morning. But just putting this on and then curling my lashes like actually adds a lot more to my face if I don't put on makeup for the day. So yeah, I really like that. Next up, another favorite new product that I got this recommendation off my TikTok because I was asking for like conditioner recommendations, because I feel like every single shampoo and conditioner that I use has always been the same for my hair. Like I've never really noticed any difference. There was a period in my life where my hair was so nice. It was like late 2019, but ever since then, I just have not had that hair back. And now that I have short hair, it's a little bit different. But I bought the Way Leave-In Conditioner. I just got the tester bottle just to try it out at Sephora. The tester bottle is like $16 though, so this is not a lot. So I put this in after I finished washing my hair, and it's still wet. And it's really, really nice. I have this problem where my hair is really frizzy after I shower, especially because my hair is short. So the ends of my hair get really frizzy and voluminous, so it kind of looks like I'm a mushroom. But this has really helped with detangling and keeping it nice and smooth and adding a little bit of oil back, because when I wash my hair, it strips away so much of my natural oils that my hair is so dry. So putting this back in really helps with adding a little bit of oil back. So definitely recommend that one. I have a few makeup favorites that I have been loving. The first is this. Sorry, I'm trying to pick it up. I can't pick it up. The Stila Glisten and Glow liquid eyeshadow. So I got this from my friend Angela. She got some Stila PR, so she gave some of this to me. The first shade that I got was this purpley holographic one. It's in the shade Brook. Take a look. It's like a purpley holographic, like the sparkles inside are purple, and I loved it. I love putting a little bit on my lids every single day. It just adds, like, I first of all love glittery eyeshadow because it's so fun. Like, I love glitter, but it also just adds just a little bit of fun in your makeup look, you know what I mean? And makes you look a little bit more awake because you're obviously sparkly. Then at the end of the month, she was also giving away some more products, and I got this pink one, and I love this pink one. It's called Kitten Kaleidoscope. So this one has more pink warm tone glitters, which I really, really like. I've been using the pink one a little bit more recently, but this has been my go-to. It's also like so easy to spread out and apply onto your eyes. Obviously, with how busy I am now, my makeup routine cannot take that much time. I need to put on my makeup in like 10 minutes or less every single day. So this has really helped with just making it very quick and easy. I might share my makeup routine on TikTok because I think that'd be fun. I don't know. I've been having a lot of fun with making TikToks. So if you want to check that out, you can see it. I'm not a huge makeup guru, but I do like enjoying... What the heck? I'm speaking too fast. My mind is going way too fast. I'm not a makeup guru, but I like to put on makeup, and I think it's fun. So as a non-makeup person, I think it'd be interesting to see my makeup routine. Next up, that I got from Sephora. So I am so happy that I bought the Rare Beauty blush because I've been waiting for this for months to be in stock. And I remember that day that I was running errands and I was at the mall and I was like, maybe I should just go to Sephora for funsies. You know, most of the time I'd be able to hold myself back and not go, but there was something just calling me to go to Sephora that day, and thank God I did, because once I got to the Rare Beauty section, I saw that the blushes were in stock and I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. So I bought a Rare Beauty blush. It is also one of my favorites this month. I got the shade Joy, which is a very coral shade, if you can see. There's a couple other more pink shades, but I enjoy putting on coral blushes. I think I just like that color. I do really like it. I love the color. One thing I will say, like everyone says, it is super pigmented. So even the tiniest dot will get you a very long way. So just be careful. The very first time I put this blush on, I put on so much that I literally looked like I had face paint on my face. Luckily, it does blend out really nicely, and also it dies down a little bit with natural lighting and if you put on other products over top, but you just need to be careful. Like truly, I think I will have this product until the day I die because it is so pigmented and I will never run out. But it has been one of my go-tos. One thing I will say is it's harder to apply. Like it's not as convenient when I don't have much time because obviously it takes a lot of time to blend out. So it's not always my go-to if I don't have a lot of time in the morning, but this is one of my favorites this month. And it's also new. My other favorite, my last favorite of this month is the Pixie Glow Mud Mask. I have been loving putting this on Sundays, on my Sunday reset days, because I like to do a little bit of skincare and just treat yourself before the week starts. So pretty much later this afternoon after I take my shower and I do my skincare, I'm going to put this on because it's part of my Sunday routine. I think one reason why this is my favorite is more so because this product, the mud mask, represents my Sunday routine, and that has been my favorites of this month. I talk about my Sunday routine as if I've done this a million times. I literally did it for the first time last week, but it's been super fun. I think I will probably do my next episode on my Sunday reset routine because I just really enjoy Sundays now, and it makes it a lot more fun to end the weekend when I have a fun Sunday routine to look forward to every week. So I'll talk about that next week, but it's been a really good time for me, and this filming my episodes is part of my Sunday routine, and it's been really enjoyable. So those are all of my favorite products for August. I hope you found some holy grails that you will enjoy, or maybe just products that you might like to try out. I personally love trying out products. My next or last thing, not last thing, but the last part of my August review is we're going to be talking about all the books that I read in August. All right, so this month I did not read as much as I would have liked. I want to try and read more, but again, I'm so busy with work and exhausted that I can't. So I'm trying to think about ways that I can read more and just not be on TikTok. Because sometimes when I finish work, the easiest thing for me to do is just scroll on my phone. But I want to, but reading books is tiring at times. So I need to try and incorporate it into my routine a little bit more. I don't know how, but we'll see. Anyways, we're going to go over all the books I read. First one was Adult Assembly Required by Abby Waxman, which was about a girl who got broken up with. Wait, let me think about. Yeah, she left her home in New York to move to LA for a master's program, and you kind of get to learn about who she is, what happened in her life, and what she's trying to get over. She also moves into a house full of many eclectic individuals, so you get to learn about who her housemates are, and it's just a really fun book. I thought it was kind of odd at first, but I actually really did enjoy it by the end. Rated it a 4 stars. Next up, I read Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I feel like this is so popular on TikTok. I'm not going to lie, I thought it was a little bit overrated. It's basically about this woman who is a publisher, and she heads off to a vacation to a small town with her sister, and then it's a love story. You can read more about it, but I rated it a 4 stars. I thought it was a little bit overhyped. I didn't think it was going to be that good because, usually the TikTok books that are really, really hyped are really good. Like The Love Hypothesis I really enjoyed. Obviously any Coho book I've enjoyed as well. So this one just didn't give me the same reaction, and I was expecting that. So maybe it was because I had high expectations, but I thought this book was all right. Next up, I read Greenwich Park by Catherine Faulkner. I ended up getting kind of sick of the summer romancy books later on in August, so I decided to borrow a few more mystery and thriller books from the library, and so I read Greenwich Park. I'm trying to think about what I thought about this book. I really enjoyed reading a thriller after reading so many romances this summer. Like, that was definitely a big part of why I enjoyed it. But I will say I did think this book was, oh no, I remember. It was actually really good. I really liked the ending. A lot of people on Goodreads said it was really predictable and stuff, but I thought it was really, really good. It was a good book. And I remember there's a lot of timelines like kind of cut together. So it was a little bit confusing at first, but once you get the hang of all the characters, then it gets really good. It took me a while to get there though, because I remember at the beginning I was so confused by all the characters and all of the timelines that were going on. So that's one thing. So just be careful with that. But otherwise, I don't know. I think I'm also getting into a thriller era, which has been really fun for me. Next up is Just Like the Other Girls by Claire Douglas, another thriller that I read. And this one I did not expect. I really liked it. I did not expect the ending at all. Basically, what happens is this old lady hires caretakers to kind of accompany her and bond with her, and it starts with a girl named Una who is the caretaker, and then she finds out that the two caretakers before her died, and then she kind of like freaks out because obviously she's like, what the heck, is this job like cursed? And then we kind of continue through the story. I'm not going to spoil it, but I really did enjoy this story a lot, so I rated it I would rate it 4.5 stars, to be honest. Next up, I read Thank You for Listening by Julia Wellen. I didn't love this book. It took me a while to read it. It was basically about a girl who is an audiobook narrator, and you kind of find out about her life. I've been reading a lot of like lifestyle books, I would say. They're kind of not so much about the plot and more so about learning about the characters and what they're going through as people. And I've been really liking that. So you get to find out a lot. The main character's name is Siwani. I can't remember how you pronounce it. It's spelled Siwani. And you get to learn about her life and how she got into the audiobook narration stuff and just kind of the trauma that she went through, because there is a bit. So it was really nice. And there's also some romance aspects of that book that I also really liked that I thought were really cute. So yeah, that one was not bad. I rated it 3.5 stars, though it kind of got me a while to get into. My maybe last book, the next book that I read in August was Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this one is also super, super hyped over, not just on TikTok, but like everywhere. I feel like I listen to other podcasts and they talk about how they read Malibu Rising and it was super good. Like, it was very, very hyped as well. And I did enjoy it by the end. But in the beginning, I was like, why is this book so hyped over? I do not understand. I really enjoyed the ending, as I said, and I also really enjoyed the character development that came by the end because I really thought that was satisfying. But otherwise, like, I thought it was an all right book. Basically, it takes place over one day, and you kind of learn this really rich and popular family hosts a party every summer in Malibu, and you kind of learn about the family members, what they go through, and also just about their past. So it's kind of like another lifestyle book. I don't know if that's actually a genre. It's kind of what I coined, but I thought it was good by the end, but it took me a while to get into. So yeah, Taylor Jenkins Reid is actually a pretty good author. I have Daisy Jones and the Six on my next book to read, so I'm really excited to try out one more of her books because I feel like right now, I loved The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Malibu Rising was all right, so we'll see how the third book goes, and then I'll kind of make a judgment from there. I rated Malibu Rising a 4-star though. Next up, we have The Couple at Number 9 by Claire Douglas. This was just another thriller book that I saw in the library that I thought would be really interesting. And I rated it a 4 stars. Basically, what happens is there's a couple that lives at a house that's number 9. And they find 2 dead bodies in the garden after they're doing construction, and like the gardeners dig it up. And so the whole book is basically about figuring out who the bodies are and what happened and stuff. And I could I figured out the ending of the book by, I think, the last third of it. There were some parts where the plot was going so slowly. So it's not super action packed and thriller and, like a big grip. Like, I thought it was all right because everyone also on Goodreads said that they figured out the ending as well before the ending of the book. But I still really enjoyed the premise and the plot of the book, and also just the ending, because you're like, oh my god, that's like actually kind of messed up. So I did really like it still, and I thought it was good. I read this from a recommendation from a Haley Fam book video, so if you want to check it out, you can. Currently, I am reading Island Time by Georgia Clark right here. I love the cover. That's kind of what drew me to the book. Honestly, it started out super, super slowly, but again, it's like another lifestyle book. Basically, what happens is these two families, who are the families of a married couple, end up getting stuck on an island because a tsunami hits and there's no more transportation out of the island. And so they're stuck there for 6 weeks, and you basically just kind of follow each of the family members and what their desires are in life, like what happens, because everyone kind of stops and reevaluates their life now that they can't just be on go, go, go mode all the time. So you kind of learn about everyone's desires and stuff like that, and learn about who they are as people. One thing I will say about this book that I don't love is that every single chapter it flips to another character, kind of like a scene in a movie. And it's not terrible, but it's just like kind of annoying because you're in the middle of a plot for one character and then you just have to flip to another character. So that's not my favorite part. Also, it was a little bit slow in the beginning. I honestly debated like not reading it because I have so many other books on my nightstand, but I pushed through, and I do actually quite enjoy it right now. It's very easy to read and fun to read, so I like that. So that is all of the books that I read in August. How many was that? I think like 5 or 6, which is still a lot, but not as much as July, but that's fine. Okay, so now that's kind of my monthly wrap up for this month. We are going to look forward to September. Looking forward into September, again, like I said at the beginning of this episode, this is my first September not going back to school. So I'm really excited to kind of see how I feel about that. And if I feel like there's something missing in my life or whatever. I don't know if that'll happen because honestly, I'm just so busy with work, but we'll see. And also looking forward to September. I'm really excited to kind of get my mental health back in order and kind of figure out a work-life balance for my jobs and everything, because it has been crazy these past 2 weeks. But yeah, honestly, September's going to be pretty chill. I'm not excited for it to start raining in Vancouver, but we'll see how that goes. The last part of this episode I wanted to do, and I thought would be pretty fun, is we're going to do a fall tag. This was what I planned to do this episode. And then all the other stuff kind of came up in my mind that I wanted to talk about. But originally I just wanted to do this fall tag because I thought it'd be super fun. And obviously it's the first week of September and it's raining today, so I thought it was the perfect time. Honestly, I don't think summer's quite over yet, but to me, back to school is kind of summer. Okay, so I found this fall tag from christinaschiccorner.com. It's from 2018, so I'm going real back in the YouTube archives, But I just have a couple questions about fall that I'm going to answer. I'm so excited for autumn, as I said at the beginning of this episode, so let's get into it. Number 1 is, what is your favorite fall lip product? So the only reason I'm answering this question is because I recently started wearing lip products just to kind of try it out. Because before, I never really wore lip products. It's kind of still the same problem, but anytime I wear lip products, it makes my lips so chapped. My lips are fine without any products on them. They're not chapped at all. But as soon as I put product, it kind of just starts to flake and it's kind of annoying. So I'm going to see what I can do. I think it's just that my lips are not used to having product on them. But anyways, I've been trying out all different lip products. I prefer things that are a little more natural. Yesterday, I was wearing a Burt's Bees shimmery lip balm. That was really pretty. It was like in a dark red shade. I don't like putting a ton on because, again, I'm not really used to having my lips being different colors, but I thought it was fun. My next question, it is, what is your favorite fall scent? I am really excited. I don't burn candles or anything like that, but I'm really excited to smell the wet leaves after it's been raining. Like, I think I really like that smell. I don't know what makes me miss fall so much this year. Usually I hate fall and winter because it's so cold and rainy, but this year, like looking forward to it, I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be so much fun. Just that fresh smell after it's been raining. Oh, it's raining right now. And there's like the leaves on the floor and you just like go outside and smell the freshness. Like I think that is the optimal fall scent. Also, the smell of the pumpkin spice latte, which was back. Oh, that was another reason why I wanted to do this tag, was because the pumpkin spice latte is back on Starbucks, and to me, that means it's fall time. Fourth question, or next question, is what is your favorite fall accessory? Definitely my Birkenstocks with my knee-high socks. Not knee-high socks, but they're just like higher socks that you can see past the Birkenstocks, which will be really fun. Otherwise, like I don't have a lot of winter clothing. Like I don't know how people dress so cute in the fall and the winter because I get so cold that I have to put like 3 layers on top. I'm wearing like so many pairs of pants underneath because I get so cold. So I never really like I'm never really like cute in fall. Also because it's usually like raining. So we'll see about that. We're going to try and improve that this year, but yeah. I would say I definitely love wearing my Birkenstocks with high socks that are really cute. What signifies the start of autumn to you? To me, it is the pumpkin spice latte coming back and also when it starts raining. I think that's kind of fall. Before it would be like going back to school, but now that I'm an adult not going back to school, I can't really say that. But that was what it was for me before. What is your most fond autumn memory? One that I really remember that I had a lot of fun a couple years ago was going to the pumpkin patch with my boyfriend. I think this was in 2020 and it was just so much fun. We got to do like a corn maze. It was so muddy because it just finished raining the last couple of days. There were so many pumpkins everywhere and there was like music and food trucks and everything. I definitely want to head back out this year, but it was so much fun. And also that was like when my boyfriend and I kind of just started dating. So it was really nice to just have a person to do those things with. So yeah, that's a fond autumn memory that I remember. What are you most excited for this fall? This fall I am excited. I don't know. What is it going to be? I think I'm excited to not have fall be occupied by studying all the time. Like finally, this is the point in my life where my life is not going to be consumed by school and studying. Although it is consumed by work, I still have more free time than before, and I don't have to be studying all the time and like thinking about school. I think that'll be really exciting this year. What is your favorite outdoor fall activity? What do I really do in the fall? I want to try going apple picking, but I don't know if you can do that in Vancouver. I know you can do that up in the Okanagan because they have a lot of apple orchards there, but I don't think we have a ton in Vancouver. I would love to do that. Otherwise, I honestly can't think of much because usually fall is like rain and I don't like going outside when it rains. So, oh, perfect. The next question is, have you ever gone apple picking? I have not. I really want to. I have been to an apple orchard and done like apple tastings, which was really fun in high school. So I would love to do that. I just honestly don't love apples like that much. You know what I mean? I feel like some people love apples and like eat it every single day, but it's just so much work to eat an apple. Next question, what are some of your favorite fall foods? Obviously, the pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks is one of my favorites. Also, I love like apple strudels, but that's kind of like an all year round food. I don't specifically signify fall with that item. I feel like you can buy that anytime around. Also pumpkin pie or apple pie. My boyfriend and I made pies last year and we should do that again this year, honestly, now that I think about it. But it was so delicious, the apple pie that we made. I would love to do it again. Do you prefer food that is apple or pumpkin flavored? To be honest, it's tied for me. I love the pumpkin spice latte. I don't like the apple crisp macchiato. I think it's too fake tasting. I like really real apple tasting things like apple pie, apple strudel, stuff like that. But I do also really like pumpkin flavored things too. So I'm going to say it's tied for me. I can't really choose. Number 12, Halloween or Thanksgiving. For me, it's a Halloween angle. I love, especially because I work with kids, I love wholesome parts of activities. or holidays, you know, I never partied on Halloween in university because it was always the week of my midterms, so I never got to go out. But in general, my family also doesn't really celebrate Thanksgiving the typical way. You know, we don't have the turkey and all that. I really love Halloween though, you know, just decorating and making it fun, thinking of some Halloween activities for the kids to do. Like, I love that part of holidays. Same with Christmas and everything like that. So I'm going to say Halloween. Next question is, what is your favorite thing about fall? I think that it's just more variety of weather, because I'm just thinking about this past month, August in Vancouver. It was just basically blazing sun every single day. And that's great because you get to do a lot of things when it's sunny and when you're outside. But at a point, you kind of get sick of it. I kind of like that it's going to be a little bit cooler and I get to wear a few more items in my wardrobe. I feel like for the longest time, because it was so hot, I couldn't wear anything in my wardrobe except for t-shirts and shorts. And I love that, but I want to wear other things too. So I'm excited to pull out my sweaters and my hoodies again because I love hoodies. And I think that'll be fun. Just having a little bit of a different variety of weather. What is your least favorite thing about fall? Definitely that it rains so much. I think if it was more like sunny and cold. That's one of my favorite weathers, is when it's sunny, but it's cold and crisp outside. It's so nice. Yeah, when it starts getting so dark every single day and it's also raining on top of that, it kind of gets a little bit sad. I think it's also because the last 2 winters that I've had were pretty much a lot of online school and a lot of like staying inside because of COVID. So now it's kind of my first fall back out in the world. Describe the fall weather where you live. So in the early fall, it is pretty sunny still and nice, but later on in the months it'll get really rainy, especially near October, November, December, and that's not it, sis. Anyways, that's all the questions on the fall tag on this little blog that I found. I hope you enjoyed this episode, the monthly wrap-ups, looking forward to September, and also just looking forward to fall. I'm so excited. I don't know, I might be turning into a fall girly. Is that the adulting in me coming out? We'll see. Anyways, I got to continue on my Sunday routine, which we'll talk about next week, about all the things that I do on Sundays, which is so much fun. But yeah, I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.
And I was like, yo.